HiWayCAD.com, Cabinet Assembly Animation. HiWayCAD launches cabinet assembly and disassembly simulation animation. This is an extremely important milestone. This means that there is no blind spot in the 3D CAD vision, especially in the fields of architecture and mechanics where CAD is most widely used. The encapsulation and stacking of objects is inevitable. There is no such disassembly function. It will definitely be severely criticized and complained by users. There is a Chinese idiom called Pao Ding, butchers an ox, from Zhuangzi. The original meaning is that the chef's technique in dissecting cattle is very skillful, able to move easily along the gaps between bones. Later, it was extended to mean being skilled in doing things and being able to grasp the laws of things, solving complex problems. Here, the butcher cuts up the beef. A word reveals the secret: any large and complex substance. They are all made up of simple substances. So, to understand macroscopic things, we must start from microscopic details. This is most commonly seen in medical applications. All human organs are stacked together seamlessly. So, a complete organ model. Visually, they will definitely block each other. This is when the art of butchering an ox comes in handy. You can hide non-followed objects. This will highlight the real protagonist. HiWayCAD's butchering technique. The highlight is that even in 3D simulation mode, there will be no more blind spots. Once you reach this level of refinement, you won't complain about not being able to understand the drawings. I'm sorry. One of the fundamental reasons why 3D CAD replaced 2D CAD, through intuitive and vivid simulation, so that even non-professionals can understand at a glance. This is precisely the symbolic shortcomings of two-dimensional CAD. Difficulties in understanding led to the inevitable evolution of two-dimensional CAD to three-dimensional simulation. The difficulty of 3D CAD lies not in its application but in its development. Using a light engine will not achieve the desired effect. Using a heavy engine will be too difficult. But the most important thing is that CAD requires only one person to develop it independently, not suitable for team development, and the knowledge of developers. The requirements are too demanding. 1. You must have an engineering education background. 2. Proficient in the application of various brands of CAD. 3. Experience in CAD software development. 4. Must be a seasoned senior programmer. In fact, the real soft power lies in excellent high school mathematics, space geometry, plane trigonometry, analytic geometry. The most challenging part is geometry, because many people gave up geometry when they were in school. It is this one-person development feature of CAD that has made international IT giants, such as Microsoft, Google, Oracle, IBM, Amazon, etc. The fundamental reason for staying away from CAD, even if there are qualified programmers, businesses are afraid to take the risk and try. Because in modern society, money is king and materialism is rampant. There is little trust between people. This time, the butchering of cattle has greatly enhanced the appearance of HiWayCAD. It has a sense of great merit. How important is appearance? For example, 1. Bureau Chief Heng Haozong repeatedly emphasized, a weapon must first be beautiful and then practical. A weapon that is not good-looking, no matter how useful it is not popular with the military. For example, during the anti-Japanese war, how the Chinese treat the Japanese turtle box and the German mirror box. There is a world of difference. 2. The top scholars in history were all handsome men. In fact, it is inevitable. The reason is that the review criteria are appearance, and writing. Among them, body comes first. Shen means body. In ancient times, it refers to appearance. The most typical example is Hong Kui. This Hong Kui is a talented and knowledgeable scholar. He took the imperial examination with outstanding talent and writing. He was appreciated by the examiner and should have been the top scorer in the high school. However, during the palace examination, the emperor saw that he was extremely ugly. A face full of whiskers, a ferocious appearance, and a deep sense of disgust. The emperor believed that the top scholar was the face of the country, should have a dignified appearance and represent royal dignity. Finally, the emperor revoked his title as the top scholar. HiWayCAD has been recognized for its appearance ever since it was introduced as a Pao Ding butchering cattle. I'm afraid no one has the courage to refuse this beauty. After all, the beauty is stunning and everyone loves her, and flowers bloom when she sees them. She radiates both brightness and warmth. Definitely the beauty in the sleepless night.